Animal-free egg whites? That's right, you heard me, and they're completely vegan. I'm pairing them with fava bean tofu to make the ultimate high-protein scramble. This is fast, satisfying, and seriously game-changing for plant-based eating. They'll keep you full for hours. Let me show you. If you like a high-protein breakfast, then this recipe is for you. Hi, my name is Debbie. If you're new here, this is my channel, Chew on Vegan. And here I like to share my plant-based recipes with a focus on protein. And I am trying to get more protein into my diet. And as a postmenopausal woman, it's very important that I do get my proper amount of protein to retain muscle and to stay strong and live a long life. I wanted to share with you a new product that I found. I saw Vegan Proteins on their channel talk about this, and I thought that sounds amazing, so I'm going to give it a try. So I ordered it, and it's by a company called Healthier Comforts, and this is animal-free egg white protein. It's totally vegan, it's gluten-free, but it behaves just like egg whites. It's made from fermentation of a proprietary yeast, which I don't know what that means exactly, but all I know is I love it. I add it to scrambles, I've added it to pancakes, you can bake with it, you can make meringues, there's so many things you can do with it. For 2 tablespoons, it is 40 calories and it is 9 grams of protein. So if you add this to your smoothies or scrambles or whatever, you're going to add another 9 grams of protein for only 40 calories. It's also 0 fat. So I'm pretty excited about this. So today in my scramble, I'm going to be using this product. So in the future, you're going to see more recipes using this product. You can make frittatas. I mean, I'm just amazed. It's just going to be awesome. And you'll have to excuse the beeping. They're doing construction on my street today, so super excited about that. And if you watched my last video, you know that I mentioned I have 2 milestones coming up this year in October. I'm going to be turning 70. I know, I can't believe it. And my channel's turning 10. So my birthday wish is to reach 40,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you did. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so here's what we're working with. We have got some tomato, onion, bell pepper. I've got my sausage crumbles. I have some of my Big Mountain tofu. You can use any kind of tofu you like as long as it's firm or extra firm. I love the Big Mountain because the macros are so good. It's higher in protein. It's like no fat. I love it. Some spinach. I've got a little bit of milk, a little bit of water in case I need to add that. And then spices are simple like always. Onion powder, a little turmeric, garlic salt, and smoked paprika. And of course the star of the show is this new animal-free egg white protein that I'm going to be adding in. So let's get started. We'll start off by sauteing some of the veggies here. The bell pepper, the tomato, and the onion. I'm on medium heat here. And these are just going to go for a few minutes. I'll just add a little pinch of salt here just to get those to sweat. Now you can use any kind of vegetables you want. Sometimes I put broccoli in here, mushrooms. Just use what you have. You can just, customize it to your liking. All right, these are looking good. I just added a little bit of water because they started to stick a little bit. And then we're going to remove these from the pan. Then I just like to add a little bit of water just to deglaze the pan a little bit and this is all good flavor in here. And then I just chopped up the tofu into little pieces. So I'm going to add the tofu and the sausage crumbles. I want to get some good color on these. Now I've got 2 tablespoons of my animal-free egg whites in here, and I'm going to add some water. This is going to be equal to 2 eggs. So I've got 2 tablespoons of the egg white, and then I've got 6 tablespoons of water. And then just carefully stir it. It takes a minute. It's kind of like a cornstarch consistency. So it takes a minute for it to all get absorbed, but you just have to just keep going. And then you can see, yeah, you know, you can use a whisk or a fork. I decided to just go for the whisk. And you can see it gets a little bit of frothy. Now I'm going to add a little soy milk to kind of get this going. And it adds a little bit more protein. Then I'm going to add in some spices. I've got some garlic salt. I've got some onion powder, turmeric, little smoked paprika. And you're just going to season to taste. All right, now I will put the little egg whites in here, and then you just scramble them like you would a regular egg whites. And it goes pretty quick. Then I'm going to add in some spinach. And then of course, salt and pepper to taste. So I'm just going to turn this off and let the spinach wilt a little bit. And I'm also going to add, I forgot to tell you this before, I'm just going to add a little bit of the Daiya mozzarella shreds, just a couple tablespoons. And of course, this is optional, you don't have to do this. It doesn't really add any more protein, but it does add a nice flavor. All right, I'm going to turn the heat off, put the lid on, let the cheese melt a little bit, and let the spinach wilt. All right, here we go, finished product. This is a lot of food. So let's give this a taste. Try to get a little bit of everything in the first bite here. Love it. This comes together so easy. And it just takes your tofu scramble to the next level. And like I said, you can customize it, add the veggies you want, the seasonings you want. It's very flexible, very versatile. Now I know you guys all want to know the macros, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty, so for this whole bowl, 321 calories. We've got 25 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, 42 grams of protein. Yes, please. And then 6.5 grams of fiber. When I eat this for breakfast, literally, I don't think about food for like 5 hours. I'm full, I'm satisfied, I feel great, and it's a great way to get that protein in right at the beginning of the day. Because there's nothing worse than you're at the end of the day and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten enough protein, and then you're trying to make up the difference and it doesn't work. So I like to get my protein in for sure at the beginning of the day, and throughout the day I do, but if you can get a nice big chunk in the beginning of the day, it just makes it a lot easier. I hope you like this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you'll try this recipe. If you did, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and please, please, please subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I mentioned in my last video that I have 2 milestones coming up this year. I'm going to be 70 in October, and my channel turns 10. And my birthday wish is that I can reach 40,000 subscribers. So I would really love it if you would help me reach that goal. The full recipe will be in the description box along with the macros, and I will give you the recipe for my sausage crumbles, and I think that is it. And then of course, all the resources I offer are down below as well. If you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with protein, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. And remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate. Until next time, thank you.